raise my hand, the first to state my opinion, the first to take a stand. Won't play it safe and wait for a sign. I'm going to throw myself out there. I'm going to let my light shine. Oh, let it shine. Let it shine. Here's your part. I let my big, bright, brilliant beam of radiance light shine. Get back to my super harmony back. I'll be on Oprah and Conan, 60 Minutes, and the view they'll all be talking about me and all the things I do. And I'll be the one who sets the bar, the one who's in the know, and folk will come to me to see where fashion trends will go. I shine, yes I shine. I let my big, bright, brilliant beam of radiance I shine. For too many years I hid my light, thinking, oh I'm too much, yes, before I just wasn't right. Then I heard this voice from within and up above saying, you're meant to be a shining light, given receive love, and I'm going for my dreams. Nothing's in my way. Being is my mantra. I practice kindness every day. Take time to connect, take time to have fun. I want to know I've used up every drop before my life is done. So I shine, yes I shine. I let my big, bright, brilliant beam of dragon blood shine. For too many years, I lived my life thinking I was too much and who I was just wasn't alright. But I heard this voice from within above saying, "You're meant to be a shining light, you can receive love, like everyone. I am a woman of power, a woman of grace, the light that I live is in every room on my face. And I love myself, so I love you too. And I'm going to miss there is nothing we can. Come on, let's shine, let's go shine. Here's your part. I have my big, bright, brilliant. Now we're going to do this with our 5 o'clock tonight. Here we go. Shine, shine, here we go. I have my big, bright, brilliant beam of radiance. Shine, shine. Tell the person next to you. Tell them, I see your big, bright, brilliant beam of radiance. Shine, shine. Oh, shine. Big, bright, brilliant beam of radiance. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. You are the light. You are the light. You don't believe me. It doesn't look like you believe me. You are the light.
I am.
According to Scripture, Jesus said, you are the light of the world. But if you don't believe him, believe me. Right? I know a lot of you are Jesus phobics. So you can listen to me and you can listen to Karen. She wrote a song about it. But also you can listen to the truth of physics. So, we all know the expression and we all have experienced the light at the end of the tunnel, right? That's something that you've been searching for it, and you see it way out there in the distance, far away. But where is that light? Is the light at the end of the tunnel? Actually, no. If you can see it, the light is inside your head. The light has already traveled all the distance to get to you. It has entered your eye sockets, reflected on the receptors on the back of your eye, and is processed by your own brain. The light you see is literally inside of you. It's not out there. It's not happening in the future. It's not something that you will attain when you walk to the end of this tunnel. The light you are seeing is right here and right now inside of you. There's no future. There's no past. There's only now. The light, if you look out into either way, into the back garden or out into Bush Street, has traveled millions of miles. And it is right here, right now. It is not at the sun. It is at Earth. So what do you keep putting off? What do you keep striving to something outside of yourself? Keep striving to when I get there. When I get this duck in a row and that duck in a row, and when I get this degree and when that person loves me, right? And when I achieve this number of sales, that everything will be okay. The light is inside of your head, and you are processing. Take a moment now and look around the room. So the light has traveled from the sun through the tunnel and into your eyes. You know, we can also reverse this process. We can also hold the light and the image inside of our head and project it out. Like Karen just sang about. We can be the radiant light, or we can see the radiant light in this two-way street. So as you're comfortable, I invite you to look across the room and to see someone else's face. To look at them, truly look at them and see them. And know that they're not across the room. They're inside your head. You are literally making the image and projecting the image at the same time. That is the metaphysics. It's beyond the physical of what you're doing right now as you watch. As you look at me, you're ascribing to me wonderful qualities. I know you're all seeing me as gorgeous. As brilliant. As talented. Handsome. You can do that with everything. Knowing that it's going on inside of your head. Look with those eyes.
I see your light. I see your beauty. I see your heart. When I see you smile, I see your light. I see your beauty. I see your heart. When I see you smile, I see light. I see your heart. I see your beauty. I see your beauty. I see your heart. I see your heart. When I see you smile. When I see you smile, I see your heart. I see your light. I see your heart. I see your beauty. I see your heart. I see your heart. When I see you smile, when I see. Now, if you feel comfortable, look around the room and tell somebody, I see your light. I see your beauty. And I see your beauty. I see your heart. I see your heart. When I see you smile. When I see you smile. So one more time. I see your light. I see your light. I see your beauty. I see your beauty. I see your heart. I see your heart. When I see you smile. Now I want you to do something for me. Put your hands in front of you like this, like you're looking into a mirror and sing to yourself. I see your heart. You say this to yourself now. And I see your beauty. I see your heart. I see your heart. When I see you smile. When I see you smile. One more time, really soft to yourself. I see
If that's hard for you, I understand. Because it's not what we do. It's not what the world tells us it's supposed to be like. Our parents, our teachers, society has always taught us that life is out there and it happens to you. That things around you control what you get to be and do. To practice the opposite of that, practice the deeper truth that we create from the inside out, is not usual. It's more and more true in society. People other than New Thought teachers now teach us that your thoughts create, that thoughts are things, and that you can have what you want by envisioning it. But I believe, and that's why I love Karen, it's like unless you clear up what you think about yourself first, none of that's going to work on the outside. You can affirm all you want. You can take every, what's his name, Robbins?
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins. You can take every Tony Robbins webinar there is.
Band-Aid on stuff.
Right. But unless you're doing the work to clear up what you think about yourself, you can't go forward. But when you do use this to heal those wounds and those false beliefs about yourself, you will tell the mountain to get up and move, and it will have no choice, because you don't see the mountain as an insurmountable obstacle, right? You don't see it as impenetrable. You see it just as an affect of your own belief system. If the mountain is there, there's a way around it. There's a way to climb it. There's a way that it gets up and moves out of your way, because you've put it there for some reason, by some thought.
We develop wings and you just fly over it.
Fly over it, absolutely. So if all of life were like that, what would you do? Just take that as a premise. You don't have to believe me that that's really the way it is. But when you start to just even question that premise, are all things possible? As Matthew 26 tells us, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. And what that means for me is that higher power inside of myself. Not something, again, outside of me, not God in the sky, but God in me, with my own internal divine right, with my own internal divine thinking. All things are possible. Today and right now. I think, Karen, you have a song about that.
And maybe something I can add this to. With love, anything is possible. Any mountain can be climbed. Any river can be crossed. Nothing's ever lost with love. Anything is possible. But here's the thing. When you start to really look at some of these mountains that you have, how do you get around it? How do you climb over it? So the idea that we're talking about light today, it's affirming that you are the light. I am the light. So for example, I am the light, I am the light. Sing that with me. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am. Now we'll look at some of those beliefs. You could say that I am not the things my family did, and I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside, because now I am light, I am light. Let me hear you sing that affirmation. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. So listen to this part. And I am not mistakes that I have made.
if the light metaphor doesn't really resonate for you, how about paint? What if you were a paint and there was a blank canvas before you that was all of life? If you were a painter and you were filled with paint, the thoughts you think fill that canvas, color by color, line by line, right? But your thoughts of the past and your mistakes and your anxiety about the future stain the canvas, blur the image. When you are present in the now moment, you get to paint from a consciousness that is purposeful, is your choice, not your fear, not your regret or your resentment. That colors what you want to create in this world today. There's an amazing story I read about children and painting that I wanted to incorporate in this talk today. They had two groups of children at this school, and they had a painting symposium. They separated the two groups and told the first group that we're going to paint today. You are all going to take your brushes and your canvas and your paints and create something magnificent. At the end of the day, we're going to bring in a set of judges who are going to judge what you painted. And the first prize gets this. The first winner gets this amazing gift. The second winner gets this amazing gift. And the third place winner gets this amazing gift. And they set the kids off into their room with their supplies and let them go at it. To the second group of kids, they told them, yeah, we're going to paint today. We're going to spend time in creativity. We want you to use everything you have and to paint to your best of ability. At the end of the day, we're going to have a random drawing. And the first prize gets this. And the second person we pick out of the random drawing gets this. And the third one gets this. This is your reward for participation today. And so then, at the end of the day, they did bring in judges. And the only paintings the judges were interested in were the paintings from the second group. They found them creative and innovative and brilliant. Whereas the first group of kids tried to conform to what the world told them was good art. Tried to mold what they were creating to some standard outside of themselves and to some standard that has already passed. How often do we do that? Squelch what we're supposed to say or what we think we need to say or do because it doesn't fit into what our mother told us. And even when we get beyond our mother, it's our spouse and our boss and the commercial that tells you how to live a great life and what you're supposed to look like and be like. When we use the power of now to paint our future, when we use the unfettered access to our imagination, we all win the top prize.
So this is an example of when I was a kid, I was told, well, I'll tell you, it started like this. So here's the little chant I want to teach you. I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to... Let me just tell you what happened to me. It started in 3rd grade. The teacher said, let's sing and have some fun. So I let it rip and I let it wail. And she said, Karen, why don't you just hum? Truly. So for many years I squished my voice thinking I was wrong. Till then one day I learned the truth. And now I'm singing this song that says, I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. So again now, I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission
right. So in the is the doggy okay? Yeah. Okay.
She doesn't have to be perfect.
No. That was perfect. She was taking care of herself. As we talked about in the first section, we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. Right? We see the world through our own lens, in our own interpretation of what that lens is and means. In spiritual economics, Eric Butterworth tells us this. When something in your world is awry, in harmony in the office, a business venture that is not working out, or bank balance that is insufficient, normally the first concern is to make things right, or to set things right. However, when you understand the law of visualization, you will realize that the greatest need is not to set it right or to make it right, but to see it right. To see it right. Right seeing is one of the most important keys into the effective demonstration of truth. More important than changing things out there is to change things in here. When we can shift our own consciousness about what we see, we can literally change the world. Today, each and every one of you can start harnessing that amazing power of your own visualization. You can't change the financial system of the world, but you can change your understanding of it. You can change how you see it. And then the world behaves differently. Right?
Yeah.
Right? It's like, if I don't care what the system is, or if I care what the system is, but choose to see it differently and interact with it differently, it shifts just by that truth. I can be in the middle of a fight with Marty. I'm going to use you here, Marty. I can be in this demonstration. I can be in the middle of a verbal fight with Marty. And Marty can represent the whole financial institution of the United States and the world. Right? And if I keep yelling at him that he's wrong, bad, we're not going to get very far. But if I can see Marty, which represents the financial system of the world for me at this moment, as open and receptive, I can keep trying to find ways in. I can keep trying to find ways to influence the system from dialogue instead of attack. So let me ask you, how many of you like to be attacked? No one? Really? No one? But that's what we do to everything we don't like.
That's true.
Right? If we don't like it, we're taught, attack it! Yell at it! Call it bad! Call it evil! Call it wrong! But that doesn't work. That only gets you more of what you don't want. It only makes you angry, bitter, and frustrated. Choose today to visualize the words that you're speaking to another individual or to a whole system of beliefs. Whether it's the financial system or the political system or what system? Health system. The medical system. Right? And see about talking with them. Seeing them in here differently than you currently do. Watch and see how the world shifts as you do. All of our fairy tales tell us this is possible. Be like a child.
You ready?
Yeah. Go for it.
So this is exactly what he's talking about. What do you want? Where do you want to go? You'll get what you want if you act as if you know. It starts with you. Do you believe it? It's all in the way that you choose to see it with your change.
fun. Don't you think we should play with Reverend Karen more often? I'll keep trolling the calendar. In the meantime, let's take this to our time of meditation.